And of course po, kasama po natin si Karen A. Cerilla, ang National Advocacy Officer ng Pakisama. Ngayong araw po, again, nakasentro po ang ating tanong sa nagbabagang issue na ang joint exploration with China, sure ba tayo dyan? Kaya po sa pagtitipon na ito, upang ilatag ang konteksto ng ating pagtitipon at upang ipahayag ang paninindigan ng Civil Society Coalition ng atin ito coalition, tawagin po natin si kasamang Rafaela David, ang co-convener ng atin ito coalition.
Maraming salamat, Matt. Isang matapang na umaga po para sa ating lahat. Ngayong araw ng kagitingan, ginugunita natin ang giting at tapang ng ating mga Pilipinong bayani na tumindig para sa ating kalayaan sa harap ng pananakop ng dayuhang mapanakop. We especially honor the courage of our frontliners and fisherfolk who continue to defy foreign aggression in the West Philippine Sea and all the truth tellers who stand up against chinadors and pro-China fake news peddlers. It is in honor of these courageous Filipinos that we come together to sternly warn the administration of President Bongbong Marcos Jr. over its current talks with China about the possibility of a joint oil and gas exploration. Any lopsided agreement made without the participation and oversight of the Filipino people with a superpower that openly disregards our sovereign and maritime rights is a dishonor to the bravery of the Filipinos at the front lines of our campaign for the West Philippine Sea. We recognize that in the face of the current global oil crisis, it is imperative for our government to find immediate and long-term solutions to fortify our energy security. This includes building respectful, fair, and equitable relationships with other nations to ensure mutual aid and to build resilient regional and global peace. But the pursuit of energy security must not cost us our sovereignty. The government must protect us from predatory agreements with global superpowers like China, which is exploiting this crisis as an opportunity to coerce us to make dangerous concessions that will cost us our seas. And let us be clear, any joint exploration at this time will not yield benefits nor address the urgency of the current crisis. It takes years before such projects produce tangible gains. Kaya't mapapatanong tayo, bakit ba ito itinutulak ngayon? Hindi masama makipagtulungan sa ibang bansa kung mapapabilis nito ang proseso ng paghahanap ng resources o yaman sa West Philippine Sea. Lalo na't kailangan natin ng alternative and sustainable sources of energy para di tayo malubhang apektado tuwing may krisis. Ngunit ang tunay na pagtutulungan ay nakaugat sa tiwala. Ang pakikipag-ugnayan ay dapat nakabatay sa respeto, pagkakapantay-pantay at international law. Kung ang kapalit nito ay panghihimasok at pandarahas, hindi ito pakikipagkaibigan. Ito ay tahasang pang-aabuso at pananamantala. Sa China ba natin ipagkakatiwala ang resources ng West Philippine Sea habang patuloy ang kanilang panghihimasok at pang-aabuso? Sa China na hindi ginagalang ang ating 2016 arbitral ruling victory? Sa China na winawater cannon ng ating mga bangka? Tinataboy ang ating mga mangingisda? Tinatakot ang ating mga opisyal? At nag-eespiya sa ating pamahalaan? Paano natin maituturing na partner ang isang bansang paulit-ulit na inaapi ang ating mga mangingisda at lumalabag sa ating soberanya, karapatang pandagat at teritoryo? Our message to the government is clear. Any future oil talks with China are unacceptable unless it fully recognizes the Philippines' 2016 arbitral ruling victory, withdraws from the West Philippine Sea, ends their illegal occupation and militarization, and stops harassing Filipino fishers and frontliners. Unless all these conditions are met, any negotiation or agreement on joint oil exploration is off the table. Any talks of joint oil and gas exploration with China is not a solution, it is submission. Ngayong araw ng kagitingan, manindigan tayo. Ipakita natin ang ating giting, let us not trade our West Philippine Sea for oil. Maraming salamat, magandang umaga.
Maraming salamat, Rafaela David, ang co-convener ng Ateneto Coalition, lalong-lalo na sa pagdiin sa tapang ng ating mga mangingisda at frontliners at sa tanong na bakit tayo makikipag-partner sa isang agreso na kagaya ng China kung lagi itong nambabastos at nangaharas ng ating mga mangingisda at mga komunidad at frontliners sa West Philippine Sea. Ngayon naman po, upang mas maunawaan natin ang malalim na kontekstong historical at legal ng joint exploration mula po sa panahon ni na dating Pangulong Arroyo, Duterte, ngayon naman sa kasalukuyang administrasyong Marcos Jr., we now hear from our respected voice in international and constitutional law, discussing comprehensively the history and legal issues of the joint oil exploration talks with China, again, with Arroyo, Duterte, and the now Marcos Jr. administration. We call on retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We start with the 1987 Constitution, which says the state shall protect its marine wealth in its exclusive economic zone and reserve its use and enjoyment exclusively to Filipino citizens. So, the exclusive economic zone, the use and enjoyment of the exclusive economic zone is reserved exclusively to Filipino citizens. That is the Philippine Constitution. That's the directive. And under UNCLOS, the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, the adjacent coastal state has the exclusive sovereign right to exploit all the natural resources in its exclusive economic zone. In the West Philippine Sea, the Philippines is the adjacent coastal state. It alone has the exclusive sovereign right to exploit the natural resources, oil, gas, and fish, within its exclusive economic zone. And this was the Arbitral Award of July 12, 2016, affirming that the Philippines has a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone in the West Philippine Sea. And in the